Hello and welcome everyone to another video. And today's video will take a look at Primeape in the Ultra League. At first I thought Primeape is just Primecope, not a Primeape. And then I was coaching someone yesterday and we kept queuing into Primeape. I'm like, dude, this Primeape's just too strong. And then the student looked at the PvP ranking and was like, Yasha, you need to take a look. And we took a look. And Primeape was actually number 3 on PvP. Why is it number 3 on PvP? Because look at this. This is the meta. One Licky Licky Guzzlord the Drapion. And the Tentacruel matchup isn't bad if you get a boost. And the Clefable matchup for a fighter, this is not a bad matchup. Talonflame, this is technically not a horrible matchup. Because this matchup, like, if you take a look at it, like, if you get couple, like, if you have, like, some energy lead, it gets a closer. Like, you can win the 2. You can win the 2. If you get three karate chops lead, literally straight boost, and them going straight bait, which is not something that does happen frequently because they technically don't bait. And Tentacruel matchup is playable with energy lead. The Cresselia matchup is playable with energy lead. I'm like, wait, this Pokemon is actually crazy. And then I asked Dradecam, the guy who sent us battles 2 days ago using Primeape and the Master League, like, do you have one belt? Because I don't. He's like, I do have one belt. Do you have a team? Like, no, you figured it out yourself. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, you figured it out yourself. And he was like, okay, I can cook a team. So Dradecam is a fellow Canadian streamer. I will be leaving his stream in the description below. Feel free to check it out. He is always on the leaderboard, even when he's using bad Pokemons. So totally recommended the streamer to watch. Today's video, we will showcase a team that he played on his live stream. He struggled at the beginning because he was trying to adapt to the new playstyle from Primeape. Because with Primeape, you can't just always assume you win because you kind of need some energy lead here and there. So soft losing the lead, stuff like that, will help Primeape to win so many matchups. Primeape, something to mention, Karate Chop is Legacy, Rage Fest is Legacy. And if you want to run Cross Chop, it's also Legacy. But you can just survive with close combats. Close combat helps to nuke in matchups like Poliwrath, like I said Poliwrath. It does help. Like close combat helps into Poliwrath and Feraligatr. That's the second Pokemon I couldn't think of. And in neutral games with like Drapion, you actually destroy Drapion once you land the close combat. So without further ado, let's just go and watch these battles and we'll be able to judge from there. We have, I think, 11 battles using this team. And for the Gastrodon, he is running Earth Power. You don't need Earth Power. You actually need Water Pulse. And he kept struggling in so many matchups because he needed Water Pulse in so many of them. So this is the matchup here specifically why you need to run close combat, because once you run close combat, it will take them out, but everyone is shielding. So there is always that debate, should I bait or no? And the best answer is like, just don't unlock a second move, go straight boost. But you have to fake it, okay? If you don't want to nuke, you fake it. So that was actually a smart play by him. He's like, he threw the charge moves like, okay, if they shield, I have another one. So they let it go, so he had to throw both. They swapped, we swapped, and technically that Poison Pokemon has no play because we have 2 hard answers to it. So what do we do now? Well, we have to go straight. I see when they threw their energy, they have to Brave Bird, and they did a Brave Bird. So what do we do now? We have to go to the Primeape and go straight Rage Fist. We can't close combat because otherwise the Astonish will shred us. Opponent swapped back to Tenta, and now we can literally just instantly nuke them, but we kind of need to do like 3 or 4 to overfarm. 1. Okay, no, he's like, I mean, they get the debuff, so this move no longer KOs, and that's what we need. We need to leave this with a Body Slam. And they get to a second Scald. This is how annoying this matchup is. If they get the Scald debuff, they can actually throw 2. An opponent there, ouch. That was a tough situation to be in. We get to the Rage Fist, and this Rage Fist will KO them, and now it's just a race to the charge move. No, never mind, we won. I swear I thought the Tenta swapped out. It was like, no, it didn't swap out, it just died. This matchup is so scuffed, but Gastrodon wins the 0 if they go straight to Crunch, because Crunch is technically non-stab and it's a bad move. So they have to go for the Earthquake if they want to win the 0. We landed the first Earth Power. This is what having Earth Power here helps more than Earth Power. having Earth Power help over Water Pulse. But in every other matchup, you technically need Water Pulse for the flying coverage. Look at that. Gastrodon taking the 0 against the bulkiest Pokemon, the strongest Pokemon in Ultra League, Zygarde. We went to Primeape. They brought in Excadrill. And it was like, okay, they brought in Feraligatr. We can just stay in because we can shred the Excadrill in the back later with the counter, with Karate Chop, or even with the Astonish. Both work. Opponent shielding, we can just go Rage Fist at this point and keep shielding. And I don't think there is anything wrong in doing that, to be honest. Because look at this. Look how much we're getting, like how boosted our damage is. We are 4 stages boosted, and that's the maximum you can boost. You can boost at up to 4 stages. Oh my dude, look at the Karate Chop. Half of the Excadrill health got destroyed by 2 Karate Chops. And look at that. That was the biggest sweep of Primeape's life. Wow. Wow. Opponent swaps into a Greninja, and this is where Primeape comes in clutch. It's like, okay, against the Greninja, I mean, we have to shield the Hydro Cannons because they do lots of damage, and I like to close combat it instantly because they just simply don't shield, but now we have to bait since they are close to the charge move. If they aren't close to the charge move, you always nuke. If they are close to the charge move, there is a debate to bait because they want to save their energy. You know that there is always that argument. We're going straight to Rage Fist here. Both trainers have no shield, so we're supposed to survive this Hydro like barely. And now we leave this matchup with a Rage Fist ready to launch on the Tentacruel, and this Tentacruel will not see the light. I like to go Drifloon here because whatever they bring in, we can just swap out. I forget there is an A-Slash, and that was like just going to be the biggest RPS game. That was a good game. Next game, we're picking up an amazing lead. They swap into Gator. We instantly go to Primeape. And we saw that Drade loves his Primeape. So he's going to shield. And he kept nuking on stream. And everyone kept just shielding. So at this point, he's like, okay, let me just go straight bait. This is kind of difficult now because they live the second one and this Hydro does lots of damage. Now we need to farm them down and survive this. I do believe that we can do that with 1 health. So this is not as ideal. But you know what's ideal? Having the Gastro on that. But they have a Mandibuzz. And this is where we need Water Pulse. We're just going to go straight Body Slam at this point. And I don't think this game is winnable. We're just too weak to Mandibuzz. We're going to no shield here. And then go to Drifloon. The game's like, no, you can't go. Do 1 fast move, then swap. He actually tapped it, but the game screwed him over. Let me fast forward. They caught on Weezing. So we throw the Icy Wind on Weezing, then we top left because that game's just doomed. Next game, Machamp into Gastrodon. This matchup is not bad for Machamp, actually. And for Gastrodon needs to land the nuke. Or just keep farming. They throw the Karate Chop. It does some decent damage. We do one then throw, and then they bring in Talonflame. So what do we do now? Do we stay in? No, we have to go Drifloon. The problem is that they get to their charge move faster. But the thing is, we sneak a fat and Astonish, right? So now we do 3, and then nuke it. This is our play. We have to nuke it. Baiting, because they live the bait. So if we bait, they no shield, we kind of screw us over. So what do we do now? I think there is an argument to shield there, but Drade is like, no. I can just go, do 1, then throw a Body Slam, and the Body Slam will do enough damage. It didn't do enough damage. They survived with 1 health, and he still no shield. He's like, no, I will put it all in on the Primeape, and now this is a game where you will see him boosting to the moon. Let's see what's he gonna do. I think close combat is the most obvious play here. Because they need to call a bait. So if we don't bait, they can't call it. Now what do we do? We're so debuffed, but we have a shield, but when we have so much energy, they bring in Machamp, we instantly Rage Fist. I expect the opponent to call it. No, he's gonna shield. And then we go straight for the next one. We do in CMP, remember. And this Rage Fist should take out the Machamp, and we should Karate Chop the Talonflame. This is the second game where Primeape 1v3. That's why it's actually top 3 PV poke. And you can see that it's actually not a good IV. It's literally a lucky IV. Like, literally. If you want to, like, make one lucky, you can get away with it, actually. I think you drop, like, some matchups. We will check that at the end of the stream, actually. I'm actually interested to see. Next game, we get a Gengar. Gengar has no play against this. Opponent swapped in Goodra. And they inside throw. Yo, this is they did build up to the Pod Whip. Oh, my, yo. Yo, what is our Gastrodon, Drade? Yo. No, no, not like this. We have to insta swap because the Gengar is coming and the Gengar will shred us. And it's Astonish versus Shadow Claw. Astonish will win because Astonish is like the most busted charge move, fast move. If you throw a Shadow Punch, we're just going to go straight for the Icy Wind. This Icy Wind will take them out. I think it's wise to no shield by them, but they can just grab all of our shields, right? But hey, we can just debuff their last Pokemon. No, we can't. They bring in the Poliwrath. We can just build up and then bait. Is this a Mudshot Poliwrath? Oh my, they called it. Yeah, it's actually a Mudshot Poliwrath. This is a scuffed. They threw the Scald. It doesn't take us out. Sorry guys for the videos that keep popping up. It's on his stream. It's his layout. I will tell him to fix his layout. The Rage Fist here should boost our damage, but they survive with 1 HP, and we have to insta-throw here. I do believe that even if they shield, the Karate Chop should KO, but they no shield, and they bring in this, and now, if they have Dynamic Punch, they win. They do have Dynamic Punch, of course, because they are running Mudshot Poliwrath. Mudshot Poliwrath is actually good. And next game, Malamar. I do think that Driflim lose the 2, and only win the 2-1, but people who run... Malamar, they pretty much don't know that they win the 2, or they don't want to play the 2. So they shield 1, which is the bait, and we can just keep going straight for the Icy Wind. We don't need to shield this, but it does lots of damage. If you have Shadow Drifblim, it's much better than non-Shadow. I do believe, as you can see, it doesn't do that much damage with the Shadow, with the non-Shadow. They bring in the Drapion. This is where Primeape is actually decent, which is the Drapion matchup. Did not KO, but we can just shield and farm all the way down. And now we have so much health and we have decent energy. We can get a shield from pretty much anything. Now here comes the Malamar. This is a very greedy bait, but hey, if they shield, it's a good bait, right? They shielded, we swap out. Why would we swap here? Technically, he's trying to get energy lead, and sadly, we don't have an acid spray here or to throw. But remember, if you can Scald debuff, if your Scald gets a debuff, that's better than acid spray because it's a move that does damage, right? Acid spray just does no damage. We just keep going straight for the Scald and praying for another debuff. I don't think another is the correct way because we didn't get one to start in the first place. They will take us out here, and now it's just a scuffed because we have to catch at one point. No, we don't. We are over farming, and they are also trying to over farm. I think they are at 7 seconds worth of energy, so we can just take it out. We did take it out, and now it's up to the ape. Can the ape take out the tentacle? PvPoke said no. But the Drade say yes, it can. That's why you keep swapping out, swapping in, and then at the end of the game, you just keep rage fisting against everything. And that was a very good game. Moving to the next one. Drifblim into Swampert. Amazing, amazing lead. And Shadow Swampert makes it tough, but it should be a good one because we're just going to shield the first. I would shield the first, but Drade doesn't like to shield the first. He's like, no. We should live the second one. He tapped one, then did the charge move, but the game gave him another fast move and actually screwed him over. So that wasn't his fault. It's actually the game's fault. Opponent swapped in Walrein. If they swap in Walrein, they lead a Swampert. It's Talonflame in the back. It's always like that. That's a very old team. Used to be popular back in the days during Walrein days. And I don't know why Drade went here. I'm assuming he doesn't remember the team or he does not know about the team. Do we shield? I don't think so. I don't think we need to shield. They go straight for the EQ, and I think this is the biggest Karate Chop down, and there comes the Talonflame that's missing a power-up. That Talonflame missing 2 power-ups. I think they forget to best buddy it. Or they are working on best buddying, but I can see that there is some sort of a ribbon or something. They go straight for the fly. We can keep going straight for Rage Fist. It's actually a crazy close game here. And we keep going for the Rage Fist. We are 4 away from the next one, and if we get it before they get to 2 moves, we should be cooking. Do we shield this? I don't think... Do we even outpace? Yeah, he was expecting the catch. He blind swap. This does take us out, though. No, it doesn't. Did they end a charge? I could swear it does 50%. Now, it's up to them to decide how this game goes. Why did he throw? I think he shouldn't be throwing, but he also doesn't want them to. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, now he's cooking. He's going straight for the claws. Combat BM. I'm sure Fist does the job here, but he's like, no. We can BM because he hates that team so much. That was a good game. That was a crazy good game. Gastrodon in the lead. So you can see that he switched his lead and he added Tentacle to the team instead of the Gastrodon because Gastrodon kept giving him bad time, especially against those Mandibuzz. So now we should have a decent play against the Mandibuzzes and also the Guzzlord. I mean, Gastrodon can beat Guzzlord, but the thing is they always shield the Earth Power, which is kind of difficult situation to be in. Tenta keep throwing these brutal swings. Shadow Tenta into Shadow Weezing into Tenta is a bit of a scuffed matchup because they get to so many charge moves before Tenta gets to 1, 2, 3 charge moves. So they brought in Licky Licky. I don't think they build up for the EQ. Yeah, this is just a body slam, right? So we're gonna do 4, I think, close combat because there is no way they shield, right? I mean, if they shield, we can just literally shield, do 4, then throw. Oh no, they almost... Okay, I thought they almost let us get to the charge move. So what do we do now? We shield the body slam, opponent brought back the Weezing, and now we're just gonna Rage Fist and keep boosting. I think we have to get out. This is a brutal swing, right? But we have to shield it, because we're so debuffed. We're just going to farm all the way down. If this is a Shadow Weezing, this does KO, but this is not a Shadow Weezing, which means we can farm down. If they bring in the Licky Licky, we can get to a Scald, I believe. No, it's Gastro. And now, I think... our Drifloon can just finish the game. They go back to Licky and we switch locked. Yeah, is this Shadow Ball? Is this Shadow Ball? Yeah, it's Shadow Ball. Oh my. He lags for a bit and now he's going straight for the Rage Fist. I think we had close combat, but maybe he does not want to win this. So it's more like maybe this is calculated and he wants to take the damage here and then farm down and get to a Rage Fist on the Gastrodon to make it close. He got the DRE though, but I think it's not needed. It's not needed. He played it really well. The Shadow Ball takes the Gastrodon out and we win the game. Moving into the next one. Didn't he play this guy earlier? The Shadow Swampert? Yeah, he played this guy earlier. I mean, he's at high MMR technically, and like when there is 2 leagues that people are playing Willpower and people are playing Ultra, it's actually tough to get games, so you're gonna end up playing the same people again and again. He did not bait there, which is actually a good play by him. And did he just make the same mistake? We know it's Talonflame. I think he shielded because he knows it's Talonflame. The problem is we don't have a charge move to hit this. We just like all of our damage is coming from the poison jab. I think that's why he's shielding, because he just realized it's Talonflame in the back, right? So he's gonna do 2 then throw. But what do we do after? Well, we will see. 6, 7. They need to Brave Bird, but I don't think they can. So we can do 2 then throw. Do they shield this Scald? 1, 2. He's trying to catch, but they did not throw. Then they overfarmed by 1, but they had to throw because if they don't, we get to a charge move here. And we should be able to get to a charge move no matter what they do. That was a nice catch by the opponent, let's be honest. And he let it go, and this is actually a good play. So what do we do now? Maybe we go Primeape. I think we can just go Tenta and finish the game. So we're gonna go Rage Fist straight. This Rage Fist doesn't KO, but it does lots of damage. He's gonna try to catch and throw the Scald and BM again. This wasn't necessary, to be honest, but he wanted to BM. I remember this on his stream. So make sure to give him a follow on his live stream, guys. I'll be leaving his stream in the description below. So opponent swaps into a Skunk. We instantly go for the close combat. I don't know about this, but it's a bit... it's a bit risky, but I like it. We landed the nuke with debuffed. We knocked out the Pokemon. So now what do we do? Well, we can just throw another close combat, and this will do decent amount of damage. And remember, now we have Tenta. It's no longer Gastrodon. We can just go to our own... Tenta. We don't have Gastrodon. Tenta technically destroys Poliwrath, but the thing is, he knew that... So the reason why he went Drifloon into the Poliwrath, because he knows it's going to be Poliwrath, double Poison Dark. It's a Jamie Finn, very popular team. And I think the team is back now because the poison darks are just extremely strong. And there is so many Driflims. And there is so many dark. And there is so many dark poisons. So why not just using a good old team that used to work back in the days when Trevenant was everywhere? I mean, it does work now as well because Poliwrath isn't bad, and the Poison Darks are just extremely good of Pokemons. They swap back to Poliwrath, and we are trying to overfarm. Do we shield this, though? We have to, right? It's an Icy Wind. We go straight for the Scald. They can't farm us down, I think. There is no way they can. We landed the move, and now we can just swap, farm them all the way down. That was actually a good swap. And now we have the Icy Wind to debuff them, and this doesn't KO. But the thing is, can they leave with 2 moves? Because they kind of need 2 moves. I think they are at 9. This is Aqua Tail. Yeah, it doesn't KO, right? Yeah, it doesn't KO. And that was a nice 5-0. And that was the end of the battle. So thank you so much to Dradecam for sending us these amazing battles. Again, guys, if you want to watch someone around noon Central Time, early night European time, feel free to give Dradecam a follow. I'll be leaving his stream in the description below. Make sure to give him a follow. Stop by his channel. Tell him you came from the YouTube channel. The actually YouTube channel. So he knows where you came from. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you so much to Dradecam for sending us these amazing battles. And good luck with your climb. Good luck to everyone with their climb. I know that the season is about to end. So thank you so much everyone for watching. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.